Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So today is one of our, today is our penultimate session before we start the Bhagavad Gita. And it's a very important discussion, as I saw a lot of questions coming up that are in everyone's mind, but some expressed, not that others don't have those questions. Even I have those questions, or I had those questions. ये ऐसा क्यों है, या ऐसा क्यों हुआ? And so from raw to ripe, it is very synonymous that we are coming from the raw mango season to the ripe mango season. How many of you haven't had a mango yet? अभी तक आम किसने नहीं खाया? पका हुआ आम, मीठा आम, ओनली विमल प्रभु। बाकी सबने मजे चालू कर दिया। आपने भी नहीं खाया अभी तक? मैं खाती ही नहीं। आप खाती ही नहीं है? आपका पैर किधर है? को पैर लागू करना पड़ेगा। So when let this अब बैठ जाओ ना, पास ऑन ना करो, चल पास इट आओ। There is a great difference in the taste of a raw mango and a ripe mango, and also the color, but also the effect in the raw mango and the ripe mango. Same way when we practice Krishna consciousness, when we do it in a very raw way and in a right way, there's a great difference. And notably, we'll all start raw, but the way to be ripe is to hang on. That which made you become that fruit. If you think, oh, I was born here, I became a raw mango here, I'll go to some other source to become ripe. Once you pluck a mango, then that mango, नीचे मत बैठो, बाहर को ऊपर बैठो ना, ऊपर बैठो, सामने से रिकॉर्डिंग, you can record from the front, sit here. This is a good angle. This is our Sujal Prabhu, part of our social media. So, what was I speaking?
Mango को pluck कर लेंगे.
There's a, once you pluck the mango, then only way to ripen it is artificially. I used to live in during my 11th and 12th. I did till my 10th in Hyderabad. 11th, 12th, my father was relocated to Vijayawada. So Vijayawada is a place where all the mangoes in South India come. It's like the hub. Like here in Bombay, in Maharashtra, it is I think Ratnagiri, the place for Alfonso mangoes. So, and we used to live in an area where it was all mango market. And there was this some carbide, some chemical, पोटली में डाल के रॉ मैंगो के बीच में रखते थे, and in one day green becomes yellow or golden, but the taste or the effect is dangerous, or not good. फिर फोड़ी आ जाता है. I used to have a lot of these boys in childhood. So it is to hang on, it is to cling on to the weather may be harsh for the newborn mango. तो ये क्या पेड़ है, ये इतना मुझे तड़पा क्यों रहा है? There is so much heat, and you know where the sweetest of the mangoes you will get? At the top of the tree, where the sun shines the lot. जो शेड में है ना, वो इतना मीठा नहीं होगा. Suppose हमको जो मैंगो मिल रहा है, we don't know whether it is naturally ripened, artificially ripened, whether it is from the top of the tree. Someone here had a mango tree there in their village. किसी was there? गाँव में? रत्नागिरी? You should get mangoes during our session sometime. I was coming today from Hyderabad and I had no check-in. 25 kilos waste. I was thinking, रास्ते में दिख गया, I'll get mangoes for everyone. There is different flavor of mango, which is nice. But सुबह nobody was putting a stall, so I couldn't get. But करेंगे मैंगो फेस्टिवल करेंगे इधर. With together we can plan a mango festival. So there's a great difference in or the effect that we have when we practice Krishna consciousness sustainably, steadily, and the effect will come slowly. And whether you are at the top of the tree or bottom of the tree, it is to go through those situations that that is meant for that mango to get ripened. And sometimes not knowing the full picture, we may show compassion. Like the story is there for a small caterpillar. It was trying to come out of the cocoon. And this man, he thought this is a mistake in God's creation. And he cut open that caterpillar, that cocoon. कि बेचारा इतना तड़पा क्यों रहे भगवान इसको. And the caterpillar was also very happy. Thank you for removing the trouble that God so cruelly put upon it. But it couldn't last more than a day. A bird came for its breakfast and the caterpillar was gone. And the trouble that the caterpillar goes through is for its benefit. So many times in life, we don't really understand a situation. How many of you here have been misunderstood? You didn't mean that, but you have been accused of that. How many of you have misunderstood others? Mataji. And there's a very cruel human tendency to pass a judgment, to make a theory out of a section of reality that we see. थोड़ा कुछ देख लेते हैं और उसका हम किताब बना लेते हैं, हिसाब का किताब बनाते हैं, हिसाब किताब बोलते हैं, एक हिसाब से पूरा किताब बना देते हैं उस व्यक्ति के ऊपर. And this is a big enemy to relationships. When we judge, when we don't understand the full picture and we come to a conclusion. And it happens with us, doing with others, and it happens us with Krishna, with God. ये दुनिया भगवान को भी नहीं छोड़ती है. तो हम कौन से खेत के मूली है कि हमको लोग समझेंगे. Therefore there is a very famous saint, Saint Francis of Assisi. He says, it's a nice poem in which he says, seek to understand, not to be understood. You heard this? That don't expect that you will be understood by people. कि लोग आपको समझेंगे. The father expects the wife or the family will understand what he is going through. But not always, you will find people that are willing to understand your situation. Everyone wants कि मेरा plight पहले समझो. Try to understand me first. And in this way, we are not willing to understand others unless first they understand us. So seek to understand, not to be understood. So in today's discussion about Krishna, first I wanted to clear this, that is it a mistake? Mistake is part of where we kind of make a judgment. Or may not be personally, yes, the world in general. So whenever a situation comes where apparently you don't understand, कि एक छोटा सा कुछ हो गया, that 2 मिनट आपने रोटी लेट दिया and the person blasts, भड़क जाते हैं. And if you see the person around him, ये व्यक्ति से ध्यान से रहो क्योंकि ये छोटी छोटी बातों पे भड़क जाता है. And we make a immediate judgment that इसको patience नहीं है, इसको ये नहीं है, manners नहीं है. And there may be a reality, there may be part of truth that is there. But better, more important than making a judgment is making a inquiry. And this is where our relationships, our sanity of mind, our spirituality will be saved. When you come across a situation that you don't understand, or when you see something and you, instead of making a judgment, turn your judgment into curiosity. कि आपका जो अंडरस्टैंडिंग है वो अगर सही नहीं लग रहा है या सही भी लगा, make it into a inquiry. That's where mystery comes. So this is, I have not understood, let me try to understand. Therefore seek to understand. And if you make this transition, then you are coming from the raw level of bhakti to the ripened level of bhakti. In the raw level of consciousness, you will judge. in the right level of consciousness, you will inquire. It's not that we'll just know, अरे जज नहीं करना है तो जिसको जो करना है करने दो. Then you are cutting off from people. You are not, because when you are looking at the world, yes, some places we need not bother. But some places, like in our home where we have relationships, in relationships you have to deal with people. There you cannot cut off. Like some people in Krishna Leela, like there are some sections. They say भगवान बच्चे ही है, वो बड़े हुए ही नहीं है. वो बड़े होने के बाद जो भी लिखा गया है वो सब मिथ है. Or there is one very famous politician, saint, you understand what I mean, who I mean. He said that the Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, I accept him. But the Krishna in the Ras Leela, I don't accept him. That वो सब बनाए हुई कहानी है. ये जो गीता जो बोला है, ये सही में कृष्ण है. बाकी सब लोग उनको एक्यूज करने के लिए स्टोरीज बना दिया है, बात का बतंगड़ बना दिया है. And these are famous conceptions about Krishna, that I only accept this Krishna, I don't accept that Krishna. We do that with people also. That many times we know only one facet of a personality of a person, and after living for a while as a friend or a partner, we start to understand other facets of the personality. And that's where we know whether we will accept that or we will try to reject that or change that person. इसको बदल देते हैं because I don't accept this part of it. So therefore, Krishna in the Gita, in the 11th chapter, he says this, that if you truly want to understand me, Bhaktosi, that's in the 18th chapter. Yeah, Bhaktya, 1154. Bhaktya tu ananyaya shakya aham evam vido Arjuna jnatum drashtum cha tattvena praveshtum cha parantapa. My dear Arjuna, only by undivided devotional service can I be understood as I am. Understood. And standing before you. And can thus be seen directly. Only in this way can you enter into the mysteries of my understanding. Understanding something gives you great power. All this technology is because we have understood nature to some extent. Because when you understand something, then you can better utilize that particular thing. People buy expensive gadgets or software, but we don't know how to use, how to understand. Sometimes simple thing like washing machine. Nowadays it comes with so many options. And like recently in our small little ashram, some were getting little old, so they wanted washing machine चाहिए. राम राम, उसके ऊपर कितना झगड़ा हो गया हमारा. कुछ बोलते नहीं ब्रह्मचारी वॉशिंग मशीन कैसे यूज कर सकता है. वी आर साधुस. झगड़ा किसी के ऊपर भी हो सकता है. आपने सोचा भी नहीं होगा कि ऐसा भी झगड़ा हो सकता है, राइट. वॉशिंग मशीन में धोना ही कि इसके ऊपर झगड़ा हुआ है हमारे छोटे से एक सेक्शन में आश्रम where we all live, so 10 of us, and I was on the side of नहीं यूज करने का. और अगर सही में कभी चार्ज आए है तो दूसरी जगह पे है ना, यहाँ पे क्यों चाहिए हमेशा. So then there is tendency to become lazy, and I'm getting that from my mother. My mother is 65 years old, and she still doesn't. घर पे है washing machine, एक बड़ा चीज है तो ही डालेगी, रोज का कपड़ा नहीं डालती. And she says this is my exercise. ये बंद करूंगी तो फिर सब घुटने का दर्द, ये दर्द सब चालू हो जाएगा. And they got washing machine. Finally, the other side won. और I gave up. ठीक है यार, अपना प्रिंसिपल अपने पास रखो. दूसरों को तकलीफ हो रहा है तो be stick with yourself and lenient with others. कि आपका प्रिंसिपल को दूसरों के ऊपर ठोको मत. बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. तो they got it. But when you put these dhotis, saris in washing machines, उसका पूरा कचुम्बर बना देता है. बाकी तो जीन्स ये सब तो ठीक है, but all this long cloth पूरा कचुम्बर बना देता है. And it's like wrinkled up. You can't really use that for programs. क्या करें? Because sometimes I used to use and so then my devotee told me, इसमें एक ऑप्शन है जिसमें वो स्पिनिंग बंद हो जाता है. It only washes, there is no zero spin option. And then he showed me, then oh, this is a good option. So when you understand something, then you can properly use it. But there is also a danger with people that you cannot share about you everything, because there is a tendency that people may also misuse. यूज भी हो सकता है, मिसयूज भी हो सकता है. आपने बता दिया कि आपको कुछ चीज से बहुत तकलीफ होती है, and that person, if he is your well wisher, if that person likes you, loves you, वो चीज वो अवॉइड करेगा. And the person who has some coolness with you, कि इसको सताने में मुझे बहुत आनंद आता है. ऐसे लोग आपके जीवन में कि आपको तड़पते हुए देख के उनको बहुत खुशी होती है. Then they will do exact same thing that will irritate you, because they know ये करूंगा ना, maybe like not putting things clean or this or that, will get irritated. So there is a tendency, there is a thing that if people understand you, then they may use you, or they may not properly deal with you, or they may misuse. With nature, the whole nuclear technology was, when it fell into the wrong hands, Hitler, then it, or Americans, they created such a destruction. Although atomic power is one of the amazing powers that can create so much energy. Nuclear technology. So, and nuclear technology, वो क्या है? We're going into the details of how nature works and where is that power, and then you properly harness it. The same way with Krishna, in Krishna's pastimes, when you understand them, then with a proper motive, in fact Krishna in this verse he is saying, if you have a proper motive, if your attitude is proper, then I will allow you to understand. Now with all of us, we don't have to allow anyone to understand us. We just put everything on Facebook, Instagram. और किडनैपर को भी पता चलेगा ये क्या टाइम पे कहाँ रहता है, इसके बच्चे को कभी उठाना चाहिए. So, but with Krishna fully controls who can get into his life. Even we don't allow anyone to just barge into our homes. कोई रास्ते में कोई पूछेगा आप कहाँ रहते हैं, पहले पूछेगा क्यों पूछ रहे हो भाई, यार थोड़ा बहुत पहचान है, अविनाश, where do you live, Avinash? Borivali. But if you have more, of course इनके घर पे जाना पेंडिंग है, he's calling me for a program since long. If I have to go to his house, then I will inquire more. So depending on the closeness of a relationship or the purpose of a relationship, you will inquire more and more. But the intimate details of a person's life, you will not share just openly. आज मेरे साथ ये हुआ. You will share that with people that have a good motive, good heart for you. I'm sure no one will just share. Even if I ask, आपका बैंक बैलेंस कितना है? मुझे प्रभु जी आपको क्यों चाहिए? और मुझे चाहिए भी नहीं. Because these details are very personal. That's something it has to do with your life. Or say, whom are you in love with? Like some stranger पूछेगा आपका पत्नी का क्या नाम है, उनका मोबाइल नंबर देंगे. But with God, people just directly get into his private matters without understanding his position or his public. Who is he? So therefore, God does not allow anyone to just get into his understanding, because he first is testing your attitude. Even a father, if the son's attitude is nice, he will share more of his details. Otherwise, तुमको क्या चाहिए, 100 रुपए चाहिए, पॉकेट मनी चाहिए, उतने में खुश हो. But if he is trustworthy, if you gain his trust, then he will open up more and more. Therefore, God loves everyone, but trusts very few. हम भी प्रेम तो सबको कर सकते, लेकिन यकीन, what trust is called, भरोसा कुछ ही पे करेंगे जिसके साथ we test we have experience. And just one small video about how beautiful is nature, God's nature, Lord mathematics. It's an hour really, just as a break. Is 98%. Attitude, 100%. something this name. This is it's an interesting aspect. Whether we totally say totally. ये तो इंग्लिश के बारे में बोल रहे हैं. So I don't say this is like scriptural kind of thing, but good observations made by someone. Love of God takes us beyond even 100%. So when it comes to Krishna's pastimes, some people, as I said, they say these are mythology. Heard this word? Myth means झूठा या सुनी कहानी है. It's a myth. A horse with wings. It's an imagination. It's a myth. Or in Sanskrit it is called as Akasha Pushpayati. Akash में flower. There is a flower in the sky. There is no flower in the sky. It's a myth. Or there is one thing in Bengali. This beautiful class by Maharaj. There's Ghoda Dimba. Any Bengali? क्या डिम्बा क्या होता है? अंडा. घोड़ा डिम्बा. घोड़े का अंडा है. घोड़े का अंडा. घोड़ा अंडा देता है? श्योर नहीं है. घोड़ा अंडा नहीं देता है. घोड़ा इज ए मैमल. डायरेक्टली गिव्स बर्थ. So there's an analogy called as that material pleasures and happiness is like घोड़ा डिम्बा. सुना है किसी ने, देखा किसी ने नहीं. So it's a beautiful class. अगस्त्य ऋषि को सुना है वो क्लास महाराज का? बहुत पहले का. आपने सुना है? इतना ह्यूमरस क्लास है about घोड़ा डिम्बा. I don't know if I can find it. पहले के जमाने में एक टेप्स आता था, कैसेट्स. उसमें राधानाथ स्वामी महाराज he gave this class. Material pleasure is like घोड़ा डिम्बा. The egg of a donkey doesn't exist. So many, when they don't understand that Krishna lifting Herculean like amazing things, or going to other planets, or all this, like there is this Marvel comics, इतना सारा movies बन रहा है उसके ऊपर. There is DC comics and Marvel comics, और दोनों अपना अपना मूवी बनाते हैं. And there are strong lobbies in South Bombay about they are DCians or Marvelians. कोई है इधर? Marvel and you don't see DC? Both. तो दोनों का तो नहीं कुछ लॉबी है. बोलते हैं we are Marvelians. We only see Marvel movies. है आप ऐसा कृष्ण? See. हमको तो हम दोनों ही नहीं देखते. So, all what are this? These are imaginative stories that which doesn't have that there is the 5 rings of power. क्या वो Thanos? थोड़ा पता है हमको. The rings of power, and people imagine all this mysterious, amazing things, and they write novels, they make movies, and they become popular, and also in South also, in India also. Bahubali, KGF, RRR तो थोड़ा शायद उसमें reality है ना? नहीं, it's based on a true story. Freedom fighting के ऊपर. But some are just mental fiction. And same way with just to teach some lessons. All this has been orchestrated by some novelist called as Vyasa. And even Vyasa is not one novelist, it's a school. Like, they have Columbia Press. It's not that Columbia एक person है, it's a press. So like that there is Vyasa Press. उस जो स्कूल में उसमें आता है उसको व्यासदेव बोलते हैं. And they speak. They say this is all mythology. So don't focus कि ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है, ऐसा कैसे होता है. अरे जब सच है ही नहीं तो क्यों झगड़ने का? And another way is to see it as a great mystery to be understood, something that is a great mystery. These are true pictures. These are called as crop circles. Anyone here who had an interest in UFOs, unidentified flying objects? देखा है उसके movies या what is that, Independence Day, movies like that, जहाँ पे भी UFO का कुछ आता है तो बहुत excitement आ जाता है. Aliens. I was one. So these are called as crop circles. They found a lot places in US and many places. US का एक है कि उधर documentation ज़्यादा होता है, काम कम होता है. So they documented this, something mysterious things. They call it as crop circles. And not just one, hundreds of different shapes of crop circles. They found all across West. And they're trying to see कि ये क्या है. And then they found that many of them are mathematical models. This is जो पहले दिखाया था ना, ये जो पाई है ना, पाई वैल्यू ऑफ पाई, जब आप उसको एक सर्कल फॉर्म में रिप्रेजेंट करेंगे, then this is a shape which I showed you in the beginning. And where did it come from? इतना बड़ा फील्ड में. So many things in nature are like Discovery Channel, and so many are mysterious. Same with Krishna, he explains, or one of the acharyas explains, why does God come? The mystery is revealed as saying that there is a bhajan called as Gopinath. In that, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Gopinath, tumi kripa parabara, jivera karane, asiya prapanche. So, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that, O Gopinath, O Krishna, out of great mercy, kripa, you come asiya prapanche. You come to this world. This world is called as prapancha. सुना है प्रपंच? इस दुनिया को प्रपंच बोलते हैं संस्कृत में, क्यों? ये पंचभूतों से बना हुआ है, 5 elements. So that which is made of 5 is called as prapancha. Also, there are 5 things that keep us in this world. 5 types of illusion. We'll take that later, because which also is called as prapancha. 5 shackles that we all have. Asiya prapancha. And Krishna just doesn't leave us. ठीक है, वो गया तो जाने दो उसको. As in Hindi we say, भाड़ में जाओ. तो ये दुनिया में हम आए हैं, and they are suffering, and we already explained, we had didn't understand Krishna some pastimes, or we envied Krishna, God, and therefore we thought I'll move out. That पिताजी का साथ नहीं जम रहा है, I'll live separately. So we came to this world, but Krishna, out of great mercy, he comes jivera karane, because of having extreme compassion, and he just doesn't come and directly try to provoke us, like try to canvas कि आ जाओ बेटा. He comes and he does leela koilo suvistara. He does expansive pastimes to attract us, to catch our attention. That how many of you have gone to circus? No circus. बॉम्बे में नहीं होता ना बचपन, आजकल तो सब बंद हो गया. सर्कस मूवी, आपको सॉरी, आई डिडंट मीन सर्कस मूवी जो रिसेंटली आया, प्रॉपर सर्कस. सो कृष्णा's pastimes are something out of the world, something that you don't expect, something very sweet. And the tendency to watch something amazing, extraordinary, the tendency is there in us, which we try to fulfill in Bollywood and in sports. ये दो जगह पे भारतीय अपना जो टेंडेंसी जो है फुलफिल करते हैं. God of cricket, and God had a son yesterday, and he took one wicket, and then became talk of the town. भगवान का बच्चा ने एक विकेट लिया. So of course I'm not against him or anything. So people have this, no? जब तक महेंद्र सिंह धोनी है, जब तक सचिन है, जब तक विराट कोहली है, वो व्यूअरशिप बढ़ के रहेगा. और जैसे आउट हो गया, कभी देख के भी क्या फायदा, कोई हारने वाले. And sometimes all these things people get very emotional. I see my father, तो ऐसा ऐसा संस्कृत शब्द निकलते हैं उनके मुंह से, जब वो बेचारा वो मारने का प्रयास कर रहा है, लेकिन अगर चौका नहीं लगा, कहीं तो बैठे हैं और फिर उनको डांट रहे हैं. क्या है? And so much expectations from people. And can people live up to the expectations? They can't. We can't live up to everyone's expectations. Rajbir told this story that when he was he has very good memory. So long back, when Gavaskar was playing, was still playing. Towards the end of his career, he heard that one of his fans was on his deathbed, and his last wish was to see Gavaskar score a century. मतलब मेरे को मरने से पहले गवास्कर को सेंचुरी मारते हुए देख के मरना है, फिर मेरे जीवन में शांति होगा. घर में क्या हो रहा है वो सब पड़ी नहीं, गवास्कर को सेंचुरी मारेगा तो इसको शांति मिलेगी. And when Gavaskar got to know, already was on pressure because he was not able to score a century. People go through ups and downs, and there is this nice clip of Virat Kohli that when he was young and fresh, he said that I don't believe in all this पूजा पाठ वाला नहीं हूँ मैं. तो आज मैं जब धक्के खाए, नहीं, it's not just your hard work that can get things. Sometimes you just don't understand why nothing is working, and sometimes why how everything is working. So these people cannot live up to the expectations. So Gavaskar, he was in ठंडा हो गया, बोला ना मैं समर विंटर करते रहो इधर उधर, तो ही शांति रहेगी इधर. So he tried to perform. We tried to score a century. At least मरते हुए आदमी के लिए तो करता हूँ, और बहुत कोशिश किया. Even in last match he couldn't, and that person died in a sad state. So we have expectations from people, and many times we cannot, and many times when we judge, well, not judge, but we make estimation of how sincere people are that come for a program. In Bombay there are 3 criteria. अगर बहुत बारिश हो रहा है और फिर भी लोग प्रोग्राम में आए हैं, is that person a devotee, a बहुत sincere और strong devotee. और दूसरा है इंडिया पाकिस्तान का मैच हो रहा है और फिर भी वो प्रोग्राम में आया, वही टाइम पे अगर मैच हो रहा है. ये आईपीएल तो अभी 2 महीने के लिए every day. I don't know how people can tolerate that much. Crores of money. What is the third condition? First is बारिश हो रहा है भर के, ऐसा फ्लड में से निकल के आए, जैसे वसुदेव नंद महाराज को कृष्ण को लेके जाते हैं ऐसे, मुझे मंदिर जाना ही है, We have such devotees in temple. When there was this 26/11 हुआ था, terrorist attacks, वो रात को हुआ था ना. How many were in Bombay that time? सब थे. How many were in this area? That attack area. And वो जो terrorist था वो सब मिले नहीं थे और कितने लोग थे that night. One of our devotees, senior Mataji, Lalita Priya Mataji, she stays at Tarde. और वो रात को सब किसी को पूरा लॉकडाउन था. But she has been coming from Mangal Aarti since last 25 years. 1990 से वो आ रही है to 20 years. And that night, many devotees called her up. Said, Mataji, कल आप मंगल आरती मत जाओ क्योंकि अभी तक टेररिस्ट पकड़े नहीं गए. And we don't know how many है. Please don't go. She said, hell or high water, I am going to go for मंगल आरती. उस दिन ब्रह्मचारी आश्रम में सब लोग वो रूम छोड़ के कोर्टयार्ड में आने के लिए डर रहे थे कुछ. And in the morning before 4:45, one person came. वॉचमैन डर गया. पहले तो छाव आ रही थी, शैडो आ रही थी, तभी डर गया कि कौन आ रहे हुए. सब चुप गए. देखा अरे ये तो ललिता में तो उनके लिए खोला. That day only the ashramites and only one lady. So hell or high water, I am going to go. Second is a cricket match. Third condition in which you know कितना sincere व्यक्ति है, where the program is there but there is no prasad. प्रसादम नहीं है. और पहले बता दिया आज समो प्रसादम का गुफा हुआ है. There is no prasadam. And still the person turns up. The third category is the we say ये topmost. क्रिकेट भी छोड़ सकता है व्यक्ति, बारिश भी सह सकता है क्योंकि प्रसाद if you are still not attracted to prasad, you have to work on it. Prasad, be attracted to prasad. So now let's get into some stories that. So Krishna comes to which left him, and he comes to again convince us back by shifting our attention to see the positive, that why am I doing what I am doing. I am not just doing this lifting of Govardhan hill just as a show off. I am doing this to save the devotees, to give protection to the devotees. And there are two aspects that keep us in this world. One is we get attracted to material things and we are not impressed, or we don't call as Mayavad, where we equate God with us. अरे भगवान और मेरे में ज्यादा फर्क नहीं, आत्मा परात्मा एक ही है. So these two are obstacles for us staying in. Either we are attracted here or we are not attracted there. दोनों जगह में हम यहीं पे रहेंगे. Therefore Krishna says in the Gita, 4th chapter, Janma karma cha me divyam. Please chant. Janma karma cha me divyam. Yo veti tattvata. Tyaktva deham punarjanma. Naiti mameti sorjuna. So Krishna says, one who understands my janma and karma. And Krishna is so compassionate that he is using wrong words to speak about him so that we can understand. He is using wrong words or words that don't pertain to him so that we who don't understand higher topics can at least start to understand what Krishna is speaking about. भगवान का ना जन्म होता है ना उनका कर्म होता है. Krishna is not born, and Krishna doesn't do karma in the sense that there is no theory of karma. That as you do, so you reap. But Krishna uses these two words which are wrong words for his context. जैसे कोई अमेरिकन बोलेगा that you send me 1,000 rupees. Now you should say you send me how much? 1,000 is how much? $15. You send me $15. But knowing that we don't know what is dollar language, he is using material words. But at the same time he says, try to understand that they are divya, they are not material. So this is the extent which Krishna goes. And he says, what is the benefit? Benefit is that you will not take one more birth. Tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti. That if you just understand me, the power of understanding my pastimes is that you will not want to stay there. You will come back. And you will understand that there is a big difference between Ishvara and Jiva. If Krishna is infinite, Jiva is infinitesimal, small, little. If Krishna is like sun, we are like the rays of sun, the spark of sun, a splendor, a small little spark, which will take up, of course, when we take Gita, all these things will come. But still Krishna says, Namam karmani limpanti. Although I don't need to follow. Say when an ant, when it crosses this particular one tile, how many steps it has to take? At least 20 steps. Ant को अगर एक टाइल पास करना है यहाँ पे, it will have to pass at least take 20 steps. We can pass in one step. The ant may question that ये क्या he is passing over all the steps. उसको भी 10-20 step लेना चाहिए ना. No, the size of man and the size of ant is different. Or the situation in which the ant is there and the situation in which the man is there is different. And the man, when he is walking on the road and he is stopping at the traffic signal, when he sees the flight, so ये क्या flight तो जा रहा है signal तोड़ के, मुझे इधर रुका रहा है. The ant, the flight, does it need to follow the ground rules? It follows when it is on the ground and it's still following rules. ऐसे नहीं कि वो बिंदास जहाँ चाहिए, but उसका system अलग है. उसका ATC है, अपना RTC है. So there are different norms, purpose for which the flight is going, and there's different purpose with which we are stuck. And when you don't understand, then you will try to accuse. Therefore, instead of accusing, inquire. So Krishna, he takes different avatars, but different purposes. हर एक अवतार का एक purpose रहता है. And what is the purpose for Ram avatar? To kill Ravana. External reason. There is always एक external reason रहता है, एक internal reason रहता है. तो राम जी आए थे जब भूदेवी ने आके पूछा कि ये रावण इतना तहलका मचा रहा है कि पूरा सोना लेके आके एक ही जगह पे लगा दिया in Sri Lanka. Of course, Sri Lanka is one understanding. Some say actual Lanka is Brazil, South America, where still gold is found. Largest gold reserves is in Brazil. So, not that यहीं पे है श्रीलंका, क्योंकि वहाँ पे आप ढूंढेंगे सोना नहीं मिलेगा आपको. But of course, what we have is, so यहाँ पे भी हुआ है, यहाँ पे बहुत सारे जगह है. So Ram came to kill Ravan, and not just kill Ravan, but also kill the tendency that makes Ravanas. If you kill the disease, but don't kill the cause of the disease, what is the use? So Ram came to establish proper dharma. That what is the proper way to live life. Therefore Ram is called as Dharma Parayan. That he came to establish what is the ideal way to live life. What is the ideal husband? Who is the ideal husband? Who is the ideal wife? To his devotees he was establishing. Who is the ideal son? And what is the impact that Ram Leela has had on India? That more than Krishna's impact, Ram's story really melts people's hearts. And to what extent he went to set the proper standards of different ashramas, different responsibilities that we carry. So he showed that how self is less important than family, and family is less important than society, so welfare. And in doing this, also there have been accusations. भगवान ने किया तो भी क्या हुआ? भगवान राम जी ने ऐसा इतना त्याग का जीवन जिया. And in fact, it is said, Ramayana is called as Karuna Granth, where constantly something or other will make you cry. That Ram has been banished. We are going to Chitrakoot in August. Without any wrong that he did. कुछ गलती किया क्या? कैकेयी को देख के थोड़ा स्माइल दिया. देखो मेरा लगे टिकट. कुछ किया उन्होंने? कुछ नहीं किया ये. And he was punished. But how did he take that punishment? Did he blush? हमको थोड़ा थोड़ा कुछ हो जाती है, निकलता है बारूद. हमारे ग्रुप में, चित्रकूट यात्रा के ग्रुप में सब यात्रा फीस के ऊपर थोड़ा ऊपर नीचे, इतना महंगा. Yes, things are in discussion, but कुछ लोगों का बारूद तैयार रहता है. वो डायरेक्ट वो जो डिवोटी है जो 25 साल से भी सीनियर है, यहाँ पे है, just because he is on the group, some people just messaged her left and right. आप ऐसा कैसे कर सकते, क्या है, पैसा बना रहे. अगली बार से मैं कोई सीनियर को डालूंगा नहीं ऐसे ग्रुप में. People just blast. So राम जी के ऊपर, राम जी ने कितना बड़ा अन्याय हुआ. No blast. Cool as an ice, as they say. Totally cool. Huh?
Cool as cucumber.
Cool as cucumber, thank you, not ice. And he took it so positively. He said, this is a blessing. Don't think it is disguise, it is a curse. And he took that in, and ये वो सब बोलते कि ये देवताओं का प्लान है. देवता सोच रहे राम जी अगर राजा बनेंगे, राजा खुश, प्रजा खुश, और सफर हो रहे हैं बिकॉज रावणा वाज सो पावरफुल. He had all the devatas under his control. और गौरव को तो बताते कि एक रावण ने लिखा है that Ravana had devatas as his chaprasi, नौकर, घर पे नौकर. Indra was cutting vegetables. Varuna was cleaning the floor. So powerful. So देवता ने सोचा भाई ये तो चलते रहेगा अयोध्या लीला कांड, और हमारा उद्धार कभी होगा. So different levels in which orchestration happens. When you see a movie, director he says movie तभी मजा आएगा जब there is some thrill, there is some unexpected thing. The mystery is what keeps people's attention. In any movie, if there is no mystery, वो एंड तक देखेगा ही नहीं. स्टार्टिंग में कुछ दिखा देंगे कि ऐसा हो गया, क्यों हुआ, वो लास्ट तक. एंड इवन दिस सीरियल्स, हर एक मूवी एपिसोड के एंड में कुछ तो ऐसा मिस्ट्री छोड़ देगा. किसने ऐसा, रानी ने लक्ष्मी को ऐसा बोल दिया, क्यों बोला, और पूरा हफ्ते भर लोगों का चलता रहता था पहले की जमाने. अभी पता नहीं हाउ nowadays people do binge watching, एक साथ सब देख लो. And all these serials, please don't get into any, even कोई भी सीरियल 10 मिनट भी मत देखो, पूरा देखना पड़ेगा. Mystery, they use this mystery spice to keep things. So Krishna does this to filter sincere to come to him. If you are sincere, you will inquire. If you are not sincere, you will judge and you will back off. नहीं ये ठीक नहीं है. I am getting out of this place. You blame the person. And so even though Lord Ram did so much for benefit of society, still he was accused. And then a question came into people's mind कि भगवान के साथ अगर रिश्ता बनाएंगे तो दुनिया में कोई कुछ बोल दिया तो मेरे को छोड़ देंगे. सीता के साथ ऐसे ही हुआ ना. इतना त्याग किया सीता देवी ने, सीता मैया ने. And then and somebody in the kingdom said something, and Ram had to sacrifice his dearmost object. And people will get this question: is God so much about justice and that keeping a crimeless record, no crime record, no accusations in his thing. कोई कुछ बोलेगा तो तुरंत we'll try to do something. So people, so he needed to do one more avatar, where he shows, yes, dharma is important for society, but I am not bound by dharma. Namam karmani vimanti. Dharma is so that you are benefited. Dharma is such a thing, duty, जो हमारे कर्तव्य जो है ना, if you do them well, you are proper, normal. And if you don't do, then you are punished. Kartavya ऐसे है, responsibilities. There is no extra reward that is given for doing your duties. A parent raising his kid, it is good. But ऐसा मैंने बच्चे को बड़ा किया, ऐसे मतलब क्या बड़ा किया? It's not something, it is good. But if you don't raise your child properly, it is a big sin. So कर्तव्य जो है, as a wife, as a husband, as a child, हमारे जो जिम्मेदारियां हैं, इनको अगर ना करेंगे तो पाप लगेगा. लेकिन करने से आपको कुछ बहुत बड़ा वो अवार्ड नहीं मिलने वाला है. आजकल देना पड़ता है, बेस्ट सन ऑफ द ईयर देना पड़ता है, बट जिम्मेदारियां ऐसा है. और प्रेम जो है, हर एक रिश्ते में दो है, एक जिम्मेदारी है और एक प्रेम. जिम्मेदारी करके प्रेम नहीं कर सकते. पॉसिबल? यू आर डूइंग योर ड्यूटी एज अ सन, but no love for or hardly any concern. But प्रेम ऐसा है, प्रेम ना करने में कुछ आपको पाप नहीं लगने वाला, but प्रेम करने में बहुत फायदा है, to increase that relationship. So Krishna wanted to show that धर्म के बारे में तो मैंने दिखा दिया. Now I want to show how, to what extent I can go to show my affection for devotees, my love for devotees. अगर मेरा नाम भी खराब होगा तो मैं मेरे भक्तों को छोड़ूंगा नहीं, उसके लिए अलग एक अवतार लेना पड़ेगा. Therefore he took Krishna avatar, and Krishna avatar is called as Prem Parayan. Krishna Leela is about showing his love for his devotees. That Krishna is known as Makan Chor, stealing. चोरी क्यों करते भगवान? बिकॉज भक्तों का ये इच्छा है कि भगवान हमारा चीजों को ले. आपको दिस पर्टिकुलर स्टोरी ऑफ स्टीलिंग ऑफ द गारमेंट्स ऑफ द गोपीज, द स्टोरी कम्स इन द भागवतम दैट ऑल दिस गोपीज they were all rishis in Ram Leela. And in the Ram Leela, I said the story behind the story. They were all rishis, and when they saw this Lord Ram's beautiful form, Chitrakoot mein, when we go, Bhagwan का कलर क्या था? What was the color of Lord Ram? श्याम. श्याम तो कृष्ण है. Green. In Telugu it's called as Ramachiluka. You see parrot? So parrot like green color. So it was Lord Ram was greenish in color. Many paintings that they do, they don't read scripture. विष्णु मतलब blue, सबको blue डाल दो, या शिव जी को भी blue डाल दो. All of them have different bodily color. वो शास्त्र में पढ़ के पेंटिंग जो करते हैं वो ठीक से करते हैं. नहीं तो most popular, most paintings, this is again figment of imagination. No scriptural proof. So Lord Ram, he was so beautiful. All these rishis, they were meditating on him. And when they saw Lord Ram's beauty, so they wanted to have a conjugal, a madhurya, a relationship of that Sita Devi was having with Lord Ram. There are different rasas. Bhagwan के साथ अलग अलग रस होते हैं, relationships. And Ram, he said, this life I have come as Dharma Parayan, and I have to show that how I am loyal to one wife and how this is how it's supposed to be. ये जीवन में तो मैं एक पत्नी व्रत हूँ, और इन नेक्स्ट लाइफ जो भी अभी जिनका भी इच्छा हो रहा है उन सबको मैं अगले जीवन में मैं पूरी करूँगा. So all of them got married, took birth. All these gopis were great rishis that perfected their sadhana, and they were qualified to become gopis in Vrindavan Leela, and they all desired to marry Krishna. And so they were all doing this great tapasya called as Katyayani Vrat. In December, whole month of December, only eating one meal and taking cold bath in Yamuna. They were doing this vrat. It said that girls do this vrat to get a good husband. And they were doing this vrat. बोले एक अच्छा पति चाहिए, इसके लिए कर रहे हैं. घर वालों को बोला, लेकिन सबके मन में यही था कि कृष्ण मेरे पति बने. And Rukmini, in her letter to Krishna, he says ये भौतिक जगत में स्त्रियां जो है सब मूर्ख है. कोई भौतिक पुरुष को पकड़ते हैं जिनका मुंह चाहता है, जिन बाद में बूढ़े हो जाएंगे और मर जाएंगे. क्या सुंदर है, क्यों पता नहीं क्यों इतना रिश्ता है. I want to marry Krishna because Krishna's beauty is ever. Beautiful verse in the Rukmini's love letter. Of course, don't think that way if you're not at that level. Please love your husband and wife. They are also parts of Krishna. But the Rukmini, so all of them desired Krishna to be their husband. And one of the allowances in a husband-wife relationship where the husband can see the wife naked. So Krishna at once accepting them as his wives, he stole their garments, and in those times, if some man sees, then it said that okay, now they are husband and wife. So therefore, Krishna accepted them, and he also was testing to what extent they can go to please Krishna. So he was testing their surrender. Are you willing to let go of your entire existence just to please me? So it's a very, very high pastime. There is one whole club in US. They have a gathering called as the Rainbow Festival, where all these Americans, they think that all this show off is disconnecting from God. So therefore, give up all the show off. Give up this clothes and everything is show off. So they all go to the forest, males, females, naked, and they live for a month without any clothes. ये सब जो है ना ये ढोंग है, ये सब छोड़ दो. But obviously because they are not at that level, then they get attracted to each other and all illicit activities happen there. So giving up all our false identities and coming to our purest self, and there is no harm in Krishna's knowing our innermost, because he is already there as Paramatma. उनके साथ क्या छुपाएंगे? We may think, oh, Krishna made them naked. Wherever they are, Krishna is seeing them already, as whether they are dressed or not dressed, when they take, even in the private room where they are changing their clothes. Bhagwan hai unke saath as Paramatma. So therefore Krishna, so because of that relationship of Madhurya that they wanted, therefore Krishna reciprocated. And same with the stealing of Makhan. All these gopis, this story comes in that once all the gopis went to complain about Krishna stealing butter. कि ये क्या चोरी करते रहते हैं हमारे घर में. So Yashoda, just to test them, she said, ठीक है, I'll tell Krishna not to steal from anyone. Immediately, नहीं, ऐसा मत बोलो. हमको तो बस बहाना चाहिए भगवान के लिए, बात करने के लिए. We want Krishna to come and steal our Makhan, but we are just making it difficult just to see to what extent Krishna can go to steal our love. So when Krishna steals, the devotees are happy. तो यहाँ पे ऐसा होता है, वो दोनों खुश है, जो देख रहे वो बोल रहे ये क्या हो रहा है. The gopi is there happy because it was done purely. Many times we did this Prerna long back. The ras behind the ras, Dandiya ras. And this talk was given by Gaur Gopal long back. And now when people do these Dandiyas or Garba, next day lot of abortions, contraceptions, and because it's a material thing. But when Krishna is doing it is in a spiritual body with no lust involved. There is no element of exploitation or enjoying the body. They have a spiritual body. It is not a material body which is trying to experience the touch or all these lusty elements. And when Krishna was doing these pastimes, Krishna left Vrindavan at the age of 10. So when he was doing this pastime, say Ras Leela, he was only age of 8. And the gopis were even younger. So जब बच्चे खेलते हैं, is there lust in them? They're just playing. So there is one reason, first reason, that if there is no lust, even lust comes into us after a particular element, unfortunately it doesn't leave till death. But you look at children, it is only love that is there. Same way in Krishna and the gopis in the spiritual realm, there is no lust there. It is pure love. and out of pure love there is exchange. And what to speak of that? Another reason is whoever comes in contact with Krishna, their lust is gone. If you just chant the names of Krishna, your lust goes away. Your desire to enjoy. Once Ravana was asked that, why don't you take the form of Ram to go and enjoy Sita? And Ravan said, for me to take the form of Ram, I need to meditate on the form of Ram and chant the name of Ram. But the moment I chant Ram, then काम चला जाता है. जो काम वासना है ना, जैसे राम का नाम लेते हैं वो भाग जाता है. सीता देवी को मैं एंजॉयमेंट के हिसाब से नहीं, सीता becomes माता. So how can I enjoy माता? Therefore I don't chant Ram. I don't meditate on Ram. So whoever chants the names of Krishna, they become free of lust. Arjuna, when he went to the heavens, Apsara, Urvashi came to him to enjoy with him, and Arjuna offered obeisance and said, Urvashi Mata. Urvashi got offended. Even now, girls get offended when they say Mataji. मैं माँ दिख रही हूँ क्या? It's a honorable word that we use, because that is the highest title that a lady can have. So Urvashi got offended. You call me Mataji? So in Swargaloka there is all this restrictions. वो नहीं है. Let us enjoy. He said no. You had got married to one of my grandfathers called as Pururava. So therefore technically you are my great grandmother. मैं तो आपको माँ बोला हूँ. I should have called you दादी माँ. बट आप ऑफेंड हो जाए बोल के मैं एक्चुअली माँ या पर दादी माँ. So Urvashi got very upset and she cursed him. But Arjun, Krishna's devotee, had no lust. So what to speak of Krishna? If just coming in contact, there is no lust. And who is speaking all this? Somebody who is living such pure life like Shukadeva Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who are sannyasis. They are taking great pleasure in discussing these pastimes. And after Raslila, there is a verse that comes. He says that whoever reads this story with proper mood, their heat of lust will go away. People say, this person is hot. वो काम वासना है. तो भागवत में वही वर्ड यूज किया, ऋत ताप निर्मूलनम. The heat of lust. Love cools. Lust heats. वो व्यक्ति को परेशान बना देती और प्रेम जो है व्यक्ति को शांत बना देती. So when lust is there, you are agitated. When love is there, you are excited. So whoever meditates on Krishna or this pastime, they get purified. They are their lust goes away. And therefore, and also it shows the greatness of the devotees, that in the dead of the night, it's not that, they had everything at home. घर पे सब कुछ है. They left all their securities to go in the middle of the forest with no street lights, wild animals, because Krishna called. If Krishna is calling, we are willing to take any types of risks to glorify the devotees. Krishna did that. But unfortunately, people think, maybe Ras kar sakta. Prabhupada used to say, Krishna lifted Govardhan at the age of 7, he did Ras at the age of 8. So follow Krishna. पहले गोवर्धन उठाओ अपने पीकी पे, फिर रास लीला करो. So therefore, we relish. Of course, sometimes devotees do this, but as a remembrance. Not okay, मैं भी कृष्ण बन गया, ये मेरी खूबी है. No, not like that. Don't take Krishna as a very cheap person. Like once, one grandmother came to one tuition teacher, and the tuition teacher was teaching that son trigonometry, and she was saying triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. So grandmother got angry on the tuition teacher. She said, मैं 3 साल पहले भी आई थी आपके पास, तभी भी मेरे बच्चे को ABCD सिखा रहे, अभी भी आई मैं अभी भी ABCD सिखा रहे, ये क्या है? So who is at fault? The teacher or the grandmother? Don't accuse. Inquire. अरे इसमें भी ABC लग रहा है और तभी भी ABC. It is a different ABC. It is not same ABC. So just because the terminology or the words we use, जन्म कर्म, हमको समझने के लिए वो भाषा में वो चीजों में, but it's a very deep spiritual experience and activity that is happening, which we cannot immediately grasp. So today we took Ras Leela and Krishna stealing pastimes, why he does. और भी है, we'll take next week. Next week is our last session, because after that Narsimha Chaturdashi Thursday, that is a break, and after that we'll start the Bhagavad Gita. So those who are interested, please do give your names, as it's a 5-month poster तो already लगा दिया. So 5-month course for the whole Gita, per month 500, or we are registering with module. First is work module, chapter 1 to 6, art of working, how do we deal with situations. Also mind will come in that. Then bhakti module or worship, and then wisdom, the jnana module. So we'll take these 3 modules, 1.5 month each, around 4.5 to 5 months. And of course one yatra will be there. We'll all go to GV once rains come. Abhi garam hai, but in rainy season it's very pleasant. So we'll plan a trip, a 1-day trip or a 2-day trip to GV in June, July, provided you are.
In the rains?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
What is GV?
Govardhan Eco Village, our retreat center. Beautiful place, 2.5 hours from here. Thursdays. Those who are comfortable Thursday, I do in Worli Hindi class. So you can opt for that. But there's no PowerPoint, it's like a satsang program. So here it's more educative focused, and there is a difference. Even I feel when you do a temple and elsewhere. So I suggest you come here, but in case you are not able to come on Thursdays, that's there, the Saturdays. So stop here. Any questions, or you can all go for Shayan Darshan. It's 8:50 now. Go take darshan.
Can you just mention the 5 shackles?
5 shackles. वो समझना पड़ता है. ऐसे बोलूँगा आपको.
Maybe, but just
मुझे वो लैंग्वेज में बोलना पड़ेगा. Be curious. Don't. मिलेगा आपको, सब मिलेगा. प्रपंच means there are 5 shackles. भागवत में पढ़ेंगे. So there are 5 types of ignorance that covers us, that keeps us in this world. तमा, महातमा, ऐसा टेक्निकल वर्ड है, उसको समझाना पड़ेगा. क्या exactly है? Why it is called this? Because we try to bring everything into English, but not everything is possible in English. Sanskrit is much broader for us to understand. तो वो Sanskrit word को then उसके लिए एक sentence वो समझना पड़ेगा. But once you understand, my God, all these are so real. Like what I said, told this tendency to accuse versus curious. So like that, all these 5 things are very much there. But you'll get it all slowly. So by the time you come down, we'll arrange the dinner.